Sum this whole thing up in the following way. Hybrid, as such, is relatively important on the aspects of non-military subversion or conflict or whatever you call it. However, I would say that Estonia and also Latvia and Lithuania are relatively immune in very many ways to the political or propaganda aspects of hybrid warfare. There are currently still risks if you look at the energy sector that we are currently dealing with. We are, from the electricity point of view, still for probably it will end next year if I'm not mistaken, in the same frequency system as the Russian Federation. The electricity itself is already coming from Poland, inside the Baltic states, or from Scandinavia through cables. But the frequency thing is something that will be fixed within a year. On cyber, I would say that the level or amount of everyday cyber attacks against Estonian infrastructure, critical infrastructure, is, as far as I understand, relatively high. But since we'll be getting ready for this eventuality or this topic, then most of the attacks fail, or it's not a big business anymore. We were the front runners of cyber defense in the 2000s, so we managed to get our systems in place and also basically to mainstream this topic in other countries. Having said all that, and when we go now to the military point of view, which is something that the Estonian Ministry of Defense is taking care of, having said all those things, we currently looking also on how the war in Ukraine broke out. Unfortunately, believe that in terms of defense and deterrence, it's currently against Russia. It's probably only brute military force that is something that counts, or something that the Russians probably will take into account. Because again, if you look at how the war in Ukraine started out, the Russians were threatened with the mother of all sanctions, which they also got. Now it didn't budge them; they still invaded. Either they didn't believe that this would happen, or even worse, they didn't care. So currently, what is the focus of the Estonian Ministry of Defense and the military defense is to get the military defense in order. If military defense fails, then everything else will fail. Then you can invest as much as you want into hybrid or cyber, but hybrid or cyber are not the things that basically cross your river, occupy your territory, or kill people.